35-25. Launch pass to Chambers is behind the back.
Did you ever think in your wildest dreams? I guess it is.
KJ to Chambers. Jam!
40 points in the first half for Tom Chambers.
Chambers to win the game. He's got it.
Welcome back to Tom Chambers' Greatest Games. In this episode, we go back to the 1986-87 NBA season, just a month after Chambers won the All-Star Game MVP. With Chambers continuing to put up big games for the Sonics, it would be the combined stellar performances of Chambers, Dale Ellis, and Xavier McDaniel that would propel the Sonics to an exciting overtime win against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. The Sonics' dangerous new triple threat of Chambers, Ellis, and McDaniel would lead the team to a dramatic season turnaround and set themselves up for a surprising Cinderella run in the 1987 playoffs. So let's go back to March 23, 1987, the Seattle Supersonics at the New York Knicks.
Here are the lineups now for the Sonics. At one forward, 6'11" from Utah in his sixth year, All-Star Most Valuable Player, Tom Chambers. 6'7" from Wichita State in his second year, Xavier McDaniel. The man in the middle, 7 feet from Arizona State in his sixth year, Alton Lister. In the backcourt, 6'7" from Tennessee in his fourth year, Dale Ellis. And rookie Nate McMillan, 6'5", from North Carolina State. The Sonics coached by Bernie Bickerstaff in his second year. His assistants are Bob Kloppenberg and Tom Newell. The Sonics trainer and the hardest working man on the club is Frank Furtado. And now the patched up New York Knickerbockers. Starting at one forward, number 6'5" from Minnesota in his fifth year, here's Trent Tucker. The other forward is a rookie, number 34, 6'8" from Kentucky, Kenny Walker. Starting in the middle, number 45 from Gardner-Webb in his second year at 6'10", Eddie Lee Wilkins. The guards, Gerald Henderson, former Sonic, 6'2" from Virginia Commonwealth, and Gerald Wilkins, 6'6" from Tennessee Chattanooga in his second year, a former college teammate of Sonic Rush Shinney. Bob Hill, right there, is the interim coach for the Knicks. He replaced Hubie Brown, who was fired early in the year. His assistants are Brad Greenberg and Brendan Malone. The Knicks trainer is Mike Saunders.
Interesting sidelight with Gerald coming over from the Sonics as we take a look at the matchups tonight. With Gerald coming over from the Sonics earlier in the year, and a few disparaging comments fired off from both camps, the Knicks to the Sonics and back. It'll be interesting to see what kind of a motivator Gerald Henderson is in terms of getting his teammates ready to play against his former mates.
Well, he established very quickly a leadership role on the Knicks when he came here. As a matter of fact, they offered him the tri-captaincy. He turned it down. He felt he was the new kid on the block. He didn't want to step in that quickly. But he is highly thought of with the Knicks and very valuable to this club as it is presently composed. Here's the opening tip, and we are underway at Madison Square Garden. Sonics have first possession. The officials tonight, the referee is Mike Matt. Another penetration by Henderson. This time the dish blocked by Lister. Good job by Alton Lister. He played very well in Boston, has played well defensively on this trip. And Tom Chambers is fouled going to the hoop. And the foul will be charged to Kenny Walker, his first and the first team foul for New York.
And New York's first team foul.
Chambers at the line has hit 55 of his last 58, Jim.
Well, he's been shooting very well from the line. Conversely, from the field, he's been really struggling. In fact, both he and X are down in the 30% range in the last 3 or 4 games.
With the exception of the three-point line, for some reason, Tom, while struggling, as you say, from the field, has been dynamite at the three-point stripe. Maybe he should go out there for every field goal attempt. Tom, from 3 points, the last 11 games is 54%, while his field goal mark has slipped down to 46%. First point of the game for Chambers. Nate McMillan has the rebound. Nate's been rebounding very well. 6.5 boards the last 11 games. X, yes, jams that baby home, and he has 12 points, and it's 20-17, Knicks by 3. 3 minutes to play in the first.
Eddie Lee Wilkins have not even been anywhere close to being able to shoot the ball.
Not a good shot that time. Here's Chambers at the bucket. Got it. First field goal for Tom Chambers. He's 12th in the league in scoring as of today. Stays after it, and McDaniel claims it. Tom is fouled. He'll go to the line. Chambers is 1 of 4 from the field tonight. Foul is charged to Eddie Lee Wilkins. That is his first, only the third team foul. That's the first in the last 2 minutes for the Knicks.
Well, the Knicks and their coach Bob Hill are asking a great deal from their outside players, Tucker, Henderson, and Gerald Wilkins. And as you might expect, he'll need to rest them on occasion tonight because at both ends of the court, the Knicks, if they're going to stay in any contest, and that includes tonight, they're going to have to go about 150 miles an hour at both ends of the court. There's no resting when you're undermanned in terms of size.
That was the first offensive rebound for the Sonics, the last offensive board. Chambers has his 4th point of the game. Louis Orr, 6'9" from Syracuse, a 7-year veteran, is in the game for the Knicks, number 55. And just added to the roster, playing his 2nd game for New York, number 8, Brad Wright, a rookie free agent from UCLA, 6'11", playing his 2nd NBA contest tonight.
How about when you put your power forward in Louis Orr for a guard and you go down in weight?
3rd turnover this quarter for the Knicks, none for the Sonics. Ellis to the hoop. Yes, sir. Spins that baby in. 4 in the game now for Dale. And the Sonics lead it by 3, 35-32 seconds. Eddie Johnson will take it well over the hoop, right into the arms of X. Backed up by Chambers. 7 points in the game for Tom.
Defense. Gerald's much too good of an athlete not to score.
Inside to Chambers over a double team. Despite the double team, a huge size advantage there, and Chambers scores the goal and is fouled.
I think the Knicks have switched up a little bit, maybe to try and slow X down, but they're putting their bigger Kenny Walker over on the other side to guard McDaniel, and that means Tom is going to be guarded by Trent Tucker, who, again, as I say, as a guard, I think they listed him at 6'3" coming out of Minnesota. Now as a forward, they bump him up to 6'5", and I don't know if he's anywhere near 6'5".
1 shot for Chambers. He has 9 points in the game.
I just looked at our statistician's sweater, and it's a Boston Celtics sweater here in the Garden.
Wilkins gets in deep, blocked by Chambers. And collected by Ellis. And 1 shot remaining for Dale Ellis.
And that may be one reason why X found Dale there.
Nice pass. Another one. Probably Nate should have taken that to the basket.
Yeah, that is. But he has a passer's intellect. And given the choice, he's going to pass rather than shoot.
Tom was hit upside the head.
Upside the head.
Upside the head, my daddy used to say.
He got a whack the other night by Larry Bird, and I think he got hit in the same ear. That's his left ear.
Boy, that hurts, too.
Let's take a look. Yeah, Larry hit. Yeah, there it is right there. Larry hit him almost in the exact same spot the other night. In fact, Frank Furtado had to come out on the court and they have some substitute for him then as well.
He's a tough kid. He'll stay in there. He wants to play.
And
I couldn't believe it when somebody, I don't know who it was in Seattle, wrote that someone said Tom didn't have any heart. You can criticize any player. You can criticize Tom as well for some things, but he's got lots of heart.
Goodness gracious, there's not a night goes by, whether it's in practice or in a game, that he and X don't leave a piece of themselves out on the court. And that's a term or a saying that sports people have, and which is characteristic of guys who give everything on the court. And both those two guys, X and Tom, have a ton of that.
You got that right, big fella. 2 shots at the line for Tom Chambers, an 86% foul shooter on the year, 12th in the league in scoring, 23.4, as the Sonics continue to have 3 people averaging better than 20 points, and all 3 among the top 20 scorers. It's been that way all season long.
Yeah, you can bump that up, 22 points or higher, and that, I think, sifts out to be a little bit, there's several or fewer teams in the NBA that have had that happen than just 20 and above.
Chambers back to Kevin Williams, a native New Yorker. He buries it as it's stripped, but there's McMillan. Tom at the hoop, and not enough big folks out there to stop it. That's the end of the first half of play in New York at halftime. The Sonics 57, the Knicks 49. 59-51 Sonics. Chambers bangs it in hard, but that baby stays down. 16 points for Tom. Lister clears it out to Chambers, and he'll take that baby home. 18 in the game for Tom, and we have a timeout used by the Knicks. 9:22 to play in the third, and the Sonics have bumped their lead. It's Sonics 63, Knicks 51. Tucker with 1 second on the shot clock. And another rebound for Lister. Long outlet. X slams that baby home. 27 points for X. And we have a 20-second timeout used by Bob Hill. 8 seconds on the shot clock. High pass to Tom against Henderson. That was goaltended. Give Chambers the goal. 8 points in this quarter and 22 in the game now for Tom. Into Wright. Guarded by Clemon Johnson. Where'd he get that? Chambers with a rebound. 7th best attendance mark in the league. Quite remarkable considering they've only won 21 games and have been battling to stay out of the cellar. Chambers with his 10th point of the quarter, 24th of the game. He was trapped in the corner and turns it over. X to Chambers. Yes, sir.
That's a nice feed by X.
The Sonics lead the Knicks 82-71. Also, no, they have 12 turnovers for the game. Here's Chambers. Barry's a 20-footer. He has 28 points. 86-73 Sonics. Walker, gymnastic attack on the basket, and he scores his 6th point. The 5th player chosen in last spring's college draft from Kentucky. Wilkins. 26 points for Dominic's little brother, Gerald. And a foul. 8:58 to play, and the Knicks have come back. The Sonics lead it, but it's just a 6-point advantage at 88-82. On the road for the Sonics. We've been away from home 13 of the last 15 days, and we'll be out another 3 days, culminating with a game in Denver on Thursday. But then we're home. Wilkins, just a little bit of room, and he slices in. 28 points for Gerald Wilkins. Walker got it, and the Knicks are on top. Ellis, 20-footer. Yes, sir. 14 points for Dale Ellis. Had a great time to find his shooting eye. X with 6 seconds on the clock knocks that baby down. 31 points for McDaniel, and the Sonics lead it 99-97. Well, he's got it. I thought that was going to be short. Lewisor buries it, and we're tied at 99. 5th deadlock of the game. Gerald Wilkins blocked by Lister. Wright knocked away by Chambers. 24-second violation. Gerald Henderson.
Magnificent play by Lister right there.
Alton has at least 5 blocks, perhaps 6.
And another great block by Tom.
Pressure still on McMillan. Tom with 3 seconds. He's fouled.
Now that's not a good foul. You're talking about a swing of a guy who shoots. He's in the throws of shooting 90%. Against a guy who just bricked one moments ago.
Tom Chambers. There are not a lot of foul shooters in the league, but more reliable at crunch time than this guy. 2 shots for Tom.
Jimmy, there was an occasion in college. We had 2 straight games in a cable car classic in San Francisco against USF in Santa Clara. He knocked in the winning free throws 2 games in a row after the game was over. It was game tied. He's fouled. He goes to the line and knocks in the winner. That's clutch.
Dale Ellis came back in the ball game, got it hot from outside, and the Sonics climb back on top. They lead by 3 with 8 seconds to play.
Is it Brad Wright?
I'll wait and see when they come out. I'll let you know.
thinking it must be a big man, but I can't believe that the Knicks aren't going to pressure with everybody.
Well, they weren't, but Gerald Henderson spotted it and directed Orr to pressure Nate McMillan. Inbounded to X. And he is fouled. That doesn't take much time off the clock. 2 seconds.
Well, a whole lot of things open up with that miss right now.
Clock starts. 5 seconds. Sparrow, 2-point attempt. Scores it. 1 second on the clock. We're tied at 107. Here it is. The pass was off the mark by McMillan. So regulation ends tied at 107. Overtime coming up. Three-point attempt by Chambers. Oh, that's a gutsy shot. 3-point goal gives the Sonics the advantage. 110-107.
That's capital gutsy. But a big one. He's a clutch performer as well.
33 points for Tom. X. Yes, sir.
He did that against a triple team, Jimmy.
Still with the dribble is McMillan. There's Ellis off that pick. He shoots that so well. And that's 22 points for Dale Ellis. And the Knicks will use a timeout to play. Sonics on top here in the overtime period. Gerald. Rebound for Chambers. X. Chambers clears it out of trouble. Good job by Tom. Wide open, no one near, and he nailed that baby. 126, 121. 2 seconds. Game over. The Sonics have defeated the New York Knicks in overtime. The final score, the Sonics 126, the Knicks 121.
121.